This is Action Sports Jax, Farah Friday Night Zone Blitz, sponsored by Farah and Farah, your Jacksonville accident attorneys.
Well, we call it the Farah Friday Night Zone Blitz, but what the heck, it's a Thursday, so we've got high school football. We said, let's do this thing. That's the beauty of the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. We can do whatever the heck we want to do. So we're doing it. And I want to get right to the games if we can, because we just have some action picking up at all these games. I want to update you. We're going to show a trio of games tonight. Our Whataburger game of the week is on the top left there, and that is St. Augustine, and they are playing against Mandarin. And okay, it looks like, wow, I just walked out here and I thought St. Augustine was scoring a touchdown. It looks like Mandarin held them on a 4th down. So now Mandarin has the ball at like their own 1-yard line. It's a 14-14 game. Mandarin in white with the football. So that's lived up to the hype. And once again, as we always tell you, we're doing 2 games of the week this week. Tomorrow, Bowls in Columbia. You can watch you don't have to watch me. If you don't want to, you can watch every play of that Mandarin St. Augustine game. Now, we're going to have it up as well, so we'll keep you up to date. But listen in to Noah Schlicksup, Brody McGuff. We'll listen into those guys as well, and that will be fun. How about this? The Baldwin Indians and Ed White. Ed White just scored as we got out here as well. I missed it by just a second. I should have got out here earlier. But I was at Bono's getting food for the crew. It took a little longer than I wanted to get back from Jaguars All Access. But that's all right. We're here now, 28-28. Look at that game. Stuart Weber's there. We'll show you a lot of the action from that one right up until the finish. And then we've got Creekside and Ponte Vedra, always a good game. And right now it's 10-0 in the third quarter with 2 minutes to go. How about Ponte Vedra's defense shutting out the Creekside Knights? I'm not sure the last time that would have happened. We'll see if it holds. But 2:48 to go in the third quarter. So those are some of the games. And then we come over here and we check out what else is going on. First Coast leads Andrew Jackson. Bartram Trail up big over Ribault. Providence over Bishop Kenny 7-0. How about that? That's an interesting score. Huge game for Providence as they are right on the outskirts or right on the edge of the postseason. So that would be a massive win. West Nassau Stanton. Clay and Orange Park, we don't have some scores in. So let's see. Episcopal beat Ridgeview 36-13. That one's already done. And I guess that's all the scores that we have. But we're at a lot more games. Thursday night games here as we bring in our Hall of Fame coach, Kevin Sullivan. And we'll have him talk a little bit about this. But we know the deal in Duval County. It's Florida-Georgia week. There basically isn't enough security to go across all the high schools and Florida-Georgia festivities, so Duval moves their games to Thursday night. Well, then St. Johns County and a lot of other teams, because of Halloween tomorrow night, have moved their games to Thursday. So we've got a bunch of games on Thursday. We're doing a special Farah Friday Night Zone Blitz until about 10 o'clock tonight. We have a special Friday Night Blitz TV edition at 11:15 on CBS 47 and Fox 30. And we do have a special Whataburger game of the week with St. Augustine and Mandarin. And then tomorrow we're going to do it all again like we normally do. We'll actually go all the way until midnight tomorrow night like our normal Friday. We're not trick-or-treating. Hey, Coach Sully, how about this? We got you on overtime this week, man. Thursday, Friday, this is fun.
That's all right. You got me out of my painting. I finished up my painting today, so I've been doing some honeydew stuff today. So.
Okay, what are you painting, Coach?
Just trying to spruce up the front of the house. Had to get the front of the house painted up all the white. So been putting it off a little bit, but yeah. So nice and relaxed now.
All right. Well, hey, I talk to you a lot on this show. Like, aren't you so glad you're not on the sideline anymore? Well, when you were painting today at the front of your house, you were like, damn, I wish I was on the sideline still, weren't you?
Yeah, 100%. I was thinking, well, I wouldn't be here tonight. It's Thursday night towards the end of the season. Florida, Georgia, we play on Thursday. So Friday would be an off day. So
a lot of give and take. All right. Hey, Coach, we got some awesome games. And let's start with our game of the week. Mandarin, St. Augustine living up to the hype. I think both the big names of that, Bryson Wright, Samari, and Wingo, have made really good plays. We actually have a second camera down there tonight. We're trying something a little bit different. We're ISO-ing that matchup. Nice. So those guys, right? Wingo, number 1 for St. Augustine, and Bryson Wright, number 1 for Mandarin. And we have an ISO camera on those guys with Marcel Robinson. We're also giving you, obviously, the wide look so you can see all the action. So we're going to catch anything during the second half. Now, we didn't have that camera available in the first half, but it's going to be the second half. So a great matchup, Sully.
Yeah. Steve Marcel could see if they were only 4 foot in the end zone when they marked them down there on the 4th down call. So I've been watching the game And I was like, are you kidding me? You lay in the end zone. That's usually a touchdown in high school.
Okay, so that's what happened, huh? St. Aug was knocking on the door. I thought they had scored, but the possession changed. You thought they got into the end zone on that fourth down?
Solid job.
Yeah, it was like 4th and 1.5, maybe 2, and they got a good line surge and movement. And then it sort of stalemate, and then he fell into the end zone, and then you know how it is.
Yeah. Well, that's tough. By the way, they're at home too. That's St. Augustine at home. You figure you maybe get a benefit of a call or two. Didn't happen. Hey, we just got a touchdown. It looks like in the Creekside game. Might have to spin that one back in a bit. Just saw that. Didn't know they were knocking on the door, but now it's 10-7. So, hey, every game we've got, Sully, 14-14 on the top left. Baldwin and Ed White, they're going to score $1 million tonight in that game.
We talked about that, yeah.
They're tied at 28, by the way. Stuart Weber's there in the third quarter. And now it's 10-7 as we get closer to the fourth quarter for Ponte Vedra and Creekside. So, hey, good stuff tonight.
Well, the good thing is Stuart will be happy because they're scoring points, because usually he gets there and he never gets anybody to score. So he'll have plenty of footage tonight. He
will have plenty of footage as well for that, no doubt about it. So, hey, pretty cool night we have here on a Thursday. We've got a lot of other action, too. And we will have a shorter version of the Friday Night Blitz, but we'll also have another 5 hours tomorrow to talk about everything that happened tonight and tomorrow, because there's a lot of other things happening, Sully. SSAA playoffs are underway today and tomorrow, so that's getting going. And then we also have like new rules being introduced in high school football, which I know it just... Well, I don't know, I guess. I'm wondering your reaction to another look at classifications. One of the things that people are really talking about this week are like 5 classifications in the state of Florida for almost 1,000 teams, just jamming them all into 5 classifications. What do you think of some of the potential things on the table for Florida high school football?
The classifications don't bother me as much, because really there's 6 with the rural classification, and then you've got all the teams that have opted to play in the SSAA. So I don't have a problem with that, but I don't understand. Every cycle we've got to really do something different. So now we're going to go follow the Arizona model, playoff model. Like, really? We're going to follow Arizona? I just don't understand why we've got to reinvent the wheel all the time, So, and I know the coaches. I talked to 2 guys today, and they just laugh. They just laugh. They want to know, like, who really is in charge of this. I mean, everybody that I talk to, and I've beat this drum for 20 years. Let's go to big districts, 7, 8 teams, top 4 go, the Georgia model. It would solve everybody's problem. Oh, there's traveling. Nobody cares about traveling in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I hate to tell everybody. Nobody cares. It's actually sort of the reason you enjoy being in the playoffs, is being able to travel and make it a good time. But, yeah, I don't understand the FHSAA, why everything is like, every time the cycle comes around, it's just something new and, it's crazy.
Well, and I guess we don't have to go into it. We could do this for an hour, I guess. You could do this on the Blitz breakdown maybe a little bit. We will break it down because there's a big day coming Tuesday, too, for the Coaches Coalition. And they're going to get a seat in Tallahassee to kind of fight this case for pay with high school coaches as well. So that's a big story. We actually might have a little more on that tomorrow night on a longer version of the Farah Friday Night Zone Blitz. But I guess my thing is right now, I don't feel like there's a lot wrong with the way they've got it in the classification stuff. Do you feel like there's a lot of griping about what's going on currently?
No, I mean, I think everybody was happy with the urban and suburban thing 3 years ago now.
Yep.
And it was really competitive. All the championship games were competitive, and that's what they want. And then they abandoned that, and then they went back to what sort of is now. And the big knock is the coaches don't know, strength of schedule, max prep. That nobody even knows. How do you do that? What is the formula to show that? Because they were talking about I guess it's in Bishop Kenny's district, actually St. Augustine's district, is they're undefeated. They were the 1 seed, but since they had to play Bridgeview, who's 1-9 or 1-8, it hurt them in strength of schedule, and they got jumped by Choctaw. Well, that's not their fault. They had to play them. They're in their district.
Yeah, that's a good call. So, listen, nobody's ever going to be fully happy But we also it feels political in a way. I mean, not political. It just feels like there's lobbying, and some people carry weight, or some areas of the state carry weight,
Right.
and then things change. And I guess that's just the nature of it. But I feel like got a pretty good thing going. All right, speaking of a good thing going, we just went to the fourth quarter, 14-14, St. Augustine Mandarin. We're in the third quarter. Baldwin with the football against Ed White, tied at 28 across midfield. Expect more fireworks there. If the defenses play well, we'll be stunned. And then down here, they just held the four fingers up in the fourth quarter. Ponte Vedra with the football with a 10-7 lead over Creekside. That's at the bottom of your screen right now. So let's talk about this Ponte Vedra Creekside game, Coach. This is always a good one, has been a good one for years and years. Is it a big game for either one? It's not a district game, so do you feel like this is a big game for either one of these teams?
Well, I think it's a big game for Ponte Vedra based on seeding, playoff seeding, and they may end up again being the district champions, depending on what happens with Creekside today, and then on Tuesday the makeup game. So, but I think that their seeding and where they're going to end up, if they can win tonight, they sustain and stay, I believe, top three. If they lose tonight, they may drop to 4 or 5, and that's not where you want to be.
Yeah, and Creekside, obviously, they won the district, and they're bumping somebody else out, but their district championship gets them into the postseason. So they're trying to continue to build, and they've been building throughout the year. And again, beating Ponte Vedra team would be a good win for anybody. So, I guess it's kind of a momentum play and potentially has some implications, as you mentioned, for Ponte Vedra from a seeding standpoint.
Well, also could have seeding for Creekside because right now they'll go in as the 8th seed and have to play the 1. And if they get the win tonight, they could go in now as the 7th seed and get bumped up a little bit. So they've really got something to play for because you don't want to come out and play the 1 seed on the road, first round of the playoffs. So I think both of them still have something to fight for. And they've always played really well. I mean, their games have been wild the last 4 or 5 years. And tonight doesn't seem to change that. That book's still the same.
Yeah, no doubt. We got a good one in fourth quarter as Ponte Vedra's got the football there in the white. They just got a flag. They moved a little early. We got a flag on the top right with Baldwin. Middleburg, Baldwin breaks off a nice run, but looks like he might be coming back. And then our game of the week with Mandarin and St. Augustine. And let's see here. I think Mandarin has the football. Let's listen into the guys. This is Noah Schlitzup and Brody McGuff. Looks like a fourth down play in about 5. Tie football game.
11-13 to play. 14-14. Here we go. Annis over the middle. Off the hands of Bryson Wright. A big-time stop by the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah,
That's interesting. That was a golden opportunity just off the hands. Hey, Brian, I'm not sure if you can see it, but Marcel's camera should be plugged in as well as an ISO cam. And it's actually,
looks like he overshot a little bit. Maybe
I can, oh yeah. So we'll have did they already just run the play? Yeah, they did just run the play. Okay, there you go. So so we got this camera on Bryson Wright and also Samori and Wingo. Look at Bryson Wright saying, yeah, my bad, I should have had that one. A little high on the throw, but obviously a fantastic player. So now we get back to St. Augustine with the football and
pressed in past the 40, and he's brought down by the face mask.
There's Bryson Wright. He's going to get a 15-yarder as he makes the tackle. He doesn't think he got the face mask. It did kind of look like it. And now St. Augustine. Here they go. And look at Samori and Wingo as he is blocking downfield for a nice run by the running back. So, yeah, we're going to have some fun with this back and forth with these guys. And, hey, Brian, did you say that's only a couple seconds off? Because I'm going to ask Marcel to make it a little longer if it is.
There is the face mask call.
Okay. I might ask him to boost that delay up a little bit. Hamby, when you get a chance, you mind doing that? Ask Marcel to boost that delay on his live view, if you will. Getting real technical here on the Farah Friday Night Zone Blitz, Sully. I don't know you don't know what any of this is going on, but it's at 15 seconds now? Okay. Good deal. That should be good. 15 seconds should be good. All right, Creekside now here at the bottom of the screen, getting the football back down 10-7. It looks like St. Augustine is on its way. Boy, Bryson Wright is everywhere, huh? Defense, offense, he's everywhere. And then Baldwin and Ed White, 28-28, going into the fourth quarter there. So, hey, why not keep an eye on Creekside a little bit? and Ponte Vedra. Seems like Creekside for years, we always say, has plays these tight games down the stretch. I think we got a good fourth quarter. Hey, Sully, how good do you think these two teams are? I mean, if they do get into the playoffs, can they make some noise?
I think Creekside's definitely going to get in
the
winning
playoffs.
the district.
Sorry. Yeah,
they're definitely in it. And again, I think it's probably a feather for them this year because of the way they started out and how they've been so young and they're growing. And again, so this is a big win for them in the playoffs as the way the year started for them. And it just builds on what Coach is doing. And they're going to return a bunch of guys next year. And I think it's great. I think Ponte Vedra's been one of the better teams all year, week in and week out. So, again, this game is leading up to the hype that we thought it was going to be, and both these teams are playing. And that's how you want it week 11. You want teams to be playing, it's meaningful, and then getting after it and having a good time.
Absolutely. Hey, a fourth down play for Baldwin right there, and Ed White's defense does come up big. Top right of your screen, 28-28 game in the fourth quarter. That was a 4th and 1, and look at Ed White. They get off the field. So, hey, Sully, we know how this works, right? 28-28. We think it's going to be a shootout, but the defense is going to make some plays at the end of the day for the winner.
Yeah, so that's both sides. Now, Baldwin stopped him on downs down there to get the ball and then drive down the field, and Ed White makes the play. So maybe they figured out how to play defense here in the fourth quarter.
As defensive play, they're like, hey, stop talking bad about this. We're going to make a play sooner or later as well. We're having some fun here on a Farah Friday Night Zone Blitz. Got some fantastic football games. 10 minutes to go. Creekside is now punting the football. And keep an eye on special teams there for Creekside. At times it hasn't been good. Well, they just bounced the ball to the punter. Heck of a play by the punter. And he gets it away for in high school, a somewhat decent punt given the situation. But Ponte Vedra now has excellent field position. King Boylston and Ed White now have the football after a big defensive stop. And there's a nice pass to get this drive going. St. Augustine with the football inside the 35-yard line. Third down coming up. Britton James mad at the sideline. That's his dad out there. I think he's mad at his dad for the offensive play call there, Sully.
That might be the only time he gets to yell at his dad or show frustration during the thing and that, which is good, you know. I mean, like, come on, Dad, call the right plays. I'm going to check out of that, make you look good, which he's probably done a bunch of times this year.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, they're 9-0, and it's a nice story. I mean, St. Aug's always loaded. Brian Braddock does a fantastic job. There's a lot of storylines in this game, right? Brian Braddock coached at Mandarin. He left there to come back home to St. Augustine. Brandon James and actually Bryson Wright's dad, I think, played together back in the day at St. Augustine. Bryson Wright could be playing at St. Augustine, chose to go to Mandarin. There's an interesting sub-story there. And then we just talked about Brenton James and Brandon James. Brenton James has really had a nice season, Sully, and I'm not sure anybody expected him to be playing as well as he has.
Yeah, I think the thing that stands out about him is because he's 6'4", and 165, 170, he can really run. Like, he's gotten on the edge against every team they played on. Now, tonight they're not running him. He's got a little bit of a hamstring issue, and I think hopefully they get through tonight. He gets a week to heal next week, making the playoff run.
There's Samorian Wingo. We're going to have a close-up shot of this, too, after he celebrates in the end zone. But as we're talking about him, Brenton James to Samorian Wingo, and there he is, one of the stars. Look at this. Here's the play right here for Wingo.
Right there, he goes across the middle.
Boom.
Look at him catching that football, breaking a tackle, finding a way to...
Sully, you like this camera. I like that ISO cam. Nice job, Marcel Robinson. Nice job back there, Ben Denny. Atta baby. Got an instant replay here on the Farah Friday Night Zone Blitz. I love the celebration with the kids, too.
And that is exactly what number one
Yeah,
did right there.
that's awesome. And there's a backstory, too, is the DB Jennings from Mandarin and Wingo have both committed to Miami, so they'll be teammates next year.
Wow,
and they're covering
that's
each
good
other
stuff.
a bunch.
That's good stuff. I don't know if we've seen this. One of the ideas we had for this is obviously Bryson Wright, Samorian Wingo, two of the best players in the area. They've been outstanding. But they both play both sides of the football, too. I don't know if they've been matched up together during this game. I haven't seen enough of it to know that, but I'm sure they could be, right, Sully? I mean, they're both playing on, corner and receiver.
Yeah, I think they've matched up a little bit, and I think they've been moving Bryson around a little bit, too, playing him in some slot and that tonight. But I do love the celebration with the kids in the end zone. That's awesome, too, by the way.
Yeah,
I just got the second part of that.
Oh, you saw the go. Okay, yeah, sorry, you're on a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, you mentioned it, and then it just came up, and I'm a few seconds behind you. So I was like, all right, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. That's great for the kids and everything, too. But yeah, so I'm sure they've matched up a little bit, but Bryson really playing a little bit more safety, on defense, so they're not really going to match up that way. But I think Wingo and him is matched up a little bit. And I'm sure there's no trash talking going on. A lot of fun, though. I think a lot of respect for each other.
Absolutely, man. This is great. I mean, what a night we have. This has been awesome already for however long we've been on the Farah Friday Night Zone Blitz on a Thursday. And Mandarin now has the football down 21-14. I think the extra point did go through. So 21-14 in the fourth quarter. Oh, big sack in the Baldwin Ed White game as King Boylston gets sacked back there by a host of Indians. Oh, we might have a face mask on the play. And meanwhile, Creekside, I don't know exactly what happened down here, but it looks like Ponte Vedra's been going backwards. Did Creekside just get the football back? We'll keep an eye on that one. We're in the fourth quarter everywhere. We've got good football games. One score game up on the top left with St. Augustine and Mandarin. Mandarin's got the football trailing by 7. Tied right here, 28-28 with Baldwin and Ed White. Plenty more fireworks to come. And now, yes, Ponte Vedra did just give the football back to Creekside. Whether it was a turnover on downs or a turnover, I don't fully know. But Creekside's got it back now at the 45-yard line. Heck of a defensive stand for the Knights after Ponte Vedra was in pretty good territory to start that drive. Now you get Jackson Earl. He's been awesome for the Knights this year. Oh, wow, he's just running over people right now. Jackson Earl with a heck of a run. And, hey, that's what high school football is about. Jackson Earl kind of epitomizes it for me, Sully, because he's a safety, right? He's going to go hopefully the next level to play safety. That's what he is. But they've been able to put the ball in his belly at times and ride that down to the goal line on a wildcat. But even here in a gotta-have-it type situation, you could see he says, give the football to me because I'm going to go get it.
And he's been really instrumental for them a little bit, short yardage offense, or when they're trying to eat up some clock and gain some points, gain some ground, and really having a really nice year. And I don't know, are they down to their backup quarterback at Creekside tonight? It looks like a different kid than that's been playing.
Yeah, Sperry had been playing. I've got to check. So I got to be honest with you, I'm not sure. So, yeah, it looks like they're going, is it number 2 there or is it Earl again? Yeah, I think that's Earl again. So that's why they're riding this. Well, we'll see what's up with the quarterback situation. They've kind of maneuvered that quarterback situation all season. Tion White, by the way, just made a big play from Mandarin, and now Knox Annis rolls out deep. Got to be looking for number 1, maybe? No, he kind of just throws it away as Mandarin up in that top left, down by a touchdown. How about the top right now? We got an Ed White football team with the football. That's King Boylston handing it. Oh, boy, did we just fumble it away? And here comes Baldwin all the way back. Are they going to run this thing back? Yes, they are going to do it. King Boylston almost chased him down. We'll have to get that young man's name. But how about that turnaround? The football fumbled. Baldwin picks it up. In defense, the big play for the Baldwin Indians. They take the lead against the Ed White Commanders. Just like we thought would happen, Sully. Defense, defense, defense.
Not much defense, and like I said, fourth quarter, we got to learn how to play defense again.
Well, we're seeing some defense everywhere because as that celebration happens for Baldwin, St. Augustine is able to get to Knox Annis and sack the quarterback, and so now Mandarin's set up for a second down and long. Man, we got some fireworks today. This is fun. That's Amari Parker. Thank you, Stuart Weber. I was looking it up as you said it. Amari. That Stuart's usually out here with me, and I usually tee him up. I say, hey, that's number 8, and he says Amari Parker.
Yeah.
Now I got to look it up. But Amari Parker. Hey, we're trying to make it work, and great stuff there. If you're a Baldwin Indian fan, because really, Sully, Baldwin's been a nice team this year, kind of a fun one to watch. They score a ton of points. This would be a monster win for them.
Oh, yeah, this would be a huge win for them. And, again, they should get in the playoffs, and this would really help their seeding. This may help them move up. You know, I believe Baker County or may have the district over there. And so, but I think Baldwin, with this performance, if they finish this up with a win and this upset tonight, would be really big for them.
Weber actually made me a cheat sheet so I could come out here and pretend like I know what I'm talking about here in Week 11. We've got numbers all over the place with teams that are seeded in the top 8 in the playoffs. We got district champs already on here, like Rains and University Christian. They're in. Then we got people on the outskirts, like Fletcher, right? Fletcher is playing Trinity Christian, and I think we're going to take you to Fletcher in a little bit. But we got so much action going on here, I don't want to leave it yet, because there was a big moment at Fletcher today, even before the football game or during the football game, for Joe Reynolds, and we want to celebrate that. But this is just a fun time of the year because we've got so many different scenarios that could take place with a lot of teams. And then on top of that, look, we just got good football games. 21-14, 8 minutes to go at St. Augustine. Jackets in the lead over the Mustangs. Baldwin up now 7 with 8:46 to go in the fourth quarter. Ed White's going to get the ball back, and I guarantee you that's not the final score of this one for sure. And then Creekside now has a chance, down 10-7. They were down 10-0 when we came on the air here on the Farah Friday Night Zone Blitz on a Thursday, and they scored a touchdown late in the third. They just got the ball back, and now they've got an opportunity. You have the Creekside highlight?
And they also have a pretty good kicker too, Brett. So they getting a chance 40-yarder in. I think they could get it tied up too.
All right, now we got a Creekside punt, so they're going to play some defense here. Whoa, nice punt. Good job by the kicker there. Celebrate the kicker. And then that was Trent Porter down there inside the 10-yard line to down it. So nice job on special teams by St. Augustine. Meanwhile, over there, Mandarin, they are cruising here. They must have picked up a big first down. It was like 2nd and 20. Maybe got some penalties while we were looking at the other action. But Mandarin with Shanquez Foster running it good inside the 40-yard line. And here comes Ed White to try to get back into this football game. All right, let's take a look at the Creekside and Ponte Vedra game. We've got a couple of highlights. And I think this is Ponte Vedra. Watch their defense now. Creekside looking deep for a shot to the end zone, and Ponte Vedra picked it off in the end zone.
Yep.
That was number 29, Trey Butts, the junior, and what a big pick. So that preserved at the time a 10-0 lead. Well, then Creekside says, wait a minute, we got some defense too. Ponte Vedra looking. They get out of a little trouble. Oh, no, they don't. That's a fumble. And is that number 2? Yes, it is. Josh Guy, more than a guy here. That's a touchdown for Creekside, and that's where we stand, 10-7. Now they've been playing some defense, which they've been doing most of the night, right, as you can tell. And it's 10-7. Late in that game, Creekside playing field position. Not too late. Still got about 8 minutes to go. And Ponte Vedra will have the ball at their own 5-yard line. Ed White down here by 7. And they've got the football back. And meanwhile, it's a 3rd and about 2 yards coming up for Mandarin, as we now have a timeout on the field because of an injury. Let's do this. I want to talk for a minute while we've got a little bit of a break in all the action here. Do we have Joe Reynolds, Brian? Can we get to Fletcher? The celebration there? Yeah, there you go. Joe Reynolds Fields at Jack Taylor Stadium. And Sully, I want you to have a moment here for Joe Reynolds. Been around it for decades and decades. Nice dedication today. Like, all you old guys are getting remembered forever, immortalized.
Yeah, shoot, he's been at the beach like 40 years, was the head football coach for a lot of years. And, he's been the AD up until probably 2 years ago. And it's really meant a lot to that school and in the community. And, he went to school there, and then he came back, and he's been there for, 40-plus years. And just did a lot of good in the community and done a lot of things, not just in his community, but for the Gateway Conference schools. And, it's a great tribute for Joe. And we had some good battles over the years. We always had a lot of mutual respect and everything. So that's congratulations to him.
Yeah, and I think what's neat about you guys, whether it's you, Kevin Sullivan, or it's Marty Lee or Joe Reynolds, first of all, the length of service is admirable, but also the domino effect. And you guys impact a lot of different coaches, all the young coaches that are still coaching today or coached over the years. And that's kind of the neat part of it. You impact kids, but you also impact coaches that then go on to impact more kids, which is pretty cool. So congrats to Joe Reynolds and his long run. Well-earned honor out there by the beach. And they also had senior night tonight. We've got senior nights all over the place. So a lot of emotion here on a Thursday and Friday night, week 11, final week of the regular season in high school football. All right, going to keep resetting this because we've got awesome action. Ed White over midfield. Just got someone to jump off sides. They trail by 7, 35-28, about halfway through the fourth quarter, maybe a little more than halfway. And then top left, our Whataburger game of the week. It's a dandy. We've got Mandarin. Can they go in and score to tie this game up down by 7? In fact, let's take a listen right now as they're approaching the red zone with Noah and Brody.
They go back to the ground. Wilson drives forward to the 14. It's a 6-yard carry. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Big 3rd down coming up, and I think they're just going to run it because I think they're going 4-down territory. I don't see them settling for 3 on this drive. They're doing a really good job running the football in this drive, though. Wilson came in for Foster since he's got hurt, and he's been popping off some big runs, keeping his running game going.
Pretty heavy box. As they hand it off, Wilson close to the 1st down. He's got it. Kyrie Wilson stays moving, and a flag way after the play. We'll see who this is against. For either side, not what you need.
Big spot to have a flag in.
One that's definitely in your control after the play. Personal foul, and that goes against Mandarin. It'll still be a 1st down, but it'll back him up 15 yards. Now you end up further behind.
All right, so that's Brody and Noah and Chandler back there helping with our Whataburger game of the week. They've done an awesome job all year, and they've got another good one. They've had some fun stops. They've had fun with that all season. And we've got another one tomorrow, by the way, Bowls in Columbia, so that should be good. And Sully, they get inside the 10-yard line, then a 15-yard. They'll still have 1st down, but the discipline really matters in games like this.
Yeah, and it's a silly 2 guys, one guy blocking the other guy, and he ends up on top of him, and the St. Augustine kid jumps up and looks like he just sort of said something to him, and then he turns and pushes him as he's walking away. I mean, that's just dumb. We call that selfish penalties. Those are selfish penalties.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Meanwhile, we've got Ponte Vedra and Creekside at the bottom of the screen. The time's going to start to tick a little bit. Ponte Vedra off their own goal line to try to ice the game up 10-7. 2nd down play and a screen play. And, oh, boy, that could go the distance there. That could go the distance for Ponte Vedra. It does. They got the sideline. I thought he was going out of bounds there, but he was able to get the sideline, and that is David Doherty. They set up the wide receiver screen. They do it to perfection. Gosh, when that play is happening, I thought for sure he was going to get nudged out of bounds. Instead, he takes it all the way down the sideline. They go 95 yards, Sully. That might ice the game. That's a heck of a drive for Ponte Vedra.
Yeah, and Creeks have been playing so good defensively and keeping everything in front and really playing field position and everything. And, boy, that's a dagger right there.
Well, Tion White, I think, while we were seeing that big play, just scored a big play for Mandarin in our Whataburger game of the week. So Bryson Wright's pointing to Tion White, and I got to be honest with you, I didn't see that play, but here's Bryson Wright's reaction after the touchdown. We'll get that one for you. Again, either right here or we'll have it on the Friday Night Blitz. We got all this action, and you can see the live game over on YouTube on Action Sports Jacks. You can go rewind it if you want of the St. Augustine Mandarin game, and now we're all tied up 21-21. Very cool. We got some good action here on a Thursday night, and I guess that penalty didn't hurt him much, Sully.
No, I guess not. It's a really good play by them getting in the end zone, tying up. There's got to only be probably about 6 minutes left in that game, I got to believe.
It might even be less, actually, so it'll be interesting to see. Well, I think it was 8:46 to go at one time. They had the ball on the other side of the field, so, yeah, I would say a handful of minutes. Meanwhile, the Creekside game, that one's brought over. 2 minutes to go. Ponte Vedra just scored, probably put the game away. Ed White now, this becomes a game of interest. Well, they're all games of interest. Ed White trying to answer Baldwin, and they're down 35-28. Just had the water break, and look, as you can see from Stewart, they've got a 4th down coming up for Ed White. So this is going to be a massive play for King Boylston and the Commanders. Did they just say it brings up a massive play on the PA? They listening to us?
They probably heard you.
I mean, I think he said the same thing. All right, here's Boylston.
He might have us tuned in.
Oh, what a move by Boylston. Oh, King Boylston. Say hello to your brother Kyle for me, too. Man, I've been seeing that kid since he was tiny, and he has really developed this year, I think, Coach. That experience from a season ago really paying off, and heck of a move by Boylston there on a 4th down, and they score a touchdown, and now an extra point away from tying it up. Nifty stuff from number 9.
Yeah, he's really come on the last few weeks. I think a lot of experience last year, but really has gained confidence in running the ball and throwing the ball, and I think they've evolved offensively a little bit more. And, yeah, he's really making strides, really doing a nice job.
All right, so we got 2-point conversion going. Boylston keeps it. He hurdles his own offensive lineman, and he got in. Are you kidding me? That was amazing. Like, that was really fun. Wait till you see this, Sully. I don't know if I've ever seen that. This is great. This might be my favorite Farah Friday Night Zone Blitz of the season, and it's on a Thursday.
On a Thursday, yeah, I was going to say, you're all giddy and everything. How much coffee you drank today?
Not enough. I'm actually down a couple. I just haven't had a chance to make some. But I think maybe I just have a lot of energy because we're only doing this for a shorter time today. You know what's wild about
there you go.
Wild about Boylston, Sully, is he's very, not a lot of emotion there. You know, act like you've been there before. He's doing that, very calm. And they just took a 36-35 lead on 2 massive plays by him.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. It would have been neater if he just stepped on his back and then jumped in over the top of it. But no, that's awesome right there. That's a really good job. He just got a lot of confidence in himself and what he's doing and everything. So really good job there.
That was... do you recall seeing that?
He sort of like, what was the game you used to play when you were a little kid? You hopped over the guy, leapfrog type of thing. That's what it looked like.
That's what he did.
Over the top.
Hey, if he had stepped on him, which probably would have hurt the lineman because of the cleats maybe, but is that legal?
Yeah, that would have been okay. Part of the ground.
So all right, so we've got the touchdown again. I want you to watch this. Let's see, I was 4th down and a few yards moments ago. Here's King Boylston. Watch the moves. Boom, boom. What a cutback. Telling you, playing with a ton of confidence. So that makes it 35-34. So they decide to go for 2 and watch the hurdle over the lineman and still able to get in. I mean, that was at the 3-yard line and he was still able to get in there. Heck of a move, heck of a play. And nice job by King Boylston. Ed White, 36-35 lead now. And we've got your live action back here on the top right. And look at Baldwin go. Baldwin breaks it open again. Is this a Murray Parker? No, Murray Parker was number 8. Tell me number 2, Weber, once you're done shooting this, but he's got it inside the 20-yard line. Just like we thought, back and forth. I told you that score would not stay the same. And I was right. I think Baldwin's the only roster I couldn't find and don't have right now, so we'll get it eventually. Number 2, which I've said his name a lot this year, so I should already know it. Down on, we're going to stay with this game. Good move. Once again, 21-21 is the score in the Mandarin St. Augustine game. That's our Whataburger game of the week. If you want to watch every play of that, you can. Looks like Ponte Vedra just picked it off, and that will ice that game. Let's give a nod to number 27 for Ponte Vedra. Their defense stout all night, and that's Hudson Hausman. Hudson Hausman. the sophomore, picks it off, and that means Ponte Vedra will beat Creekside 17-7. They'll kneel on this one. That game will be over. And now our focus goes to the top right, where Baldwin's down 36-35, but they just got the ball inside the 20-yard line, and they hand it to Nyshawn Jacobs again. It was Nyshawn Jacobs that delivered the big run inside the 20, and they're going to ride number 2 on the offensive side of things for the Baldwin Indians, as they are down by a point, already in field goal range, but I'm not sure that's a thing in high school football for most teams. I'm not sure if Parker has a good kicker. Meanwhile, top left, oh, here we go, Bryson Wright. Here we go, Bryson Wright took a hit on the punt return, throwing people out of the way and just couldn't keep his feet, but down to the 20-yard line. We might have an ISO cam on this one, too, in a moment. Here we go. Watch this. Why do you kick to him?
Yes, thank you.
Why do you kick to him?
Kick it out of bounds. Kick it out of bounds.
He just couldn't stay on his feet, but he got it to the 20-yard line. So a big defensive stop for Mandarin. They punt it away, and they kick it to Bryson Wright. And we've been saying this all season, nothing against the young man, just from a strategy standpoint, it's a dangerous deal to do it. They covered it pretty well. He just shook the initial tackler and took it all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Yep. He's electric when the ball's in his hand. He's so big and smooth. And we watched it every year, every game. Pretty much he's in there returning. People keep kicking it to him.
Well, now Shawnquez Foster follows it up, and touchdown for Mandarin.
Wow.
This is unbelievable. We've got some tremendous action going on. Nobody's doing this around the country, folks. That's why you should be tuned into the Farah Friday Night Zone Blitz on a special Thursday edition here in a beautiful week. Nice job, Marcel Robinson, finishing off that run as well. And Mandarin now takes the lead, down 21-14. They've scored 14 unanswered. Well, if they get the extra point. So it's 27-21, extra point coming up. And what a game we have there at St. Augustine. And time still on the clock in that one. We'll find out exactly how much time, but there's plenty of time left for St. Aug to get another shot. Big extra point, and that is up and good. So it's 28-21. 3:19 to go in the Baldwin game, according to Stuart Weber. And second and 13 from the 18 coming up. Meanwhile, St. Aug, nice job, guys. Under 4 minutes to go, so plenty of time, Sully, for St. Augustine to find a number 1, Samorian Wingo, and potentially get it in his hands.
Yeah, this game's led up to the hype. That's what, you know what I mean? That's what you wanted it to be. 2 of the big heavyweights going after each other right there, and your playmakers are making plays. And, again, it was a defensive game for a little bit. Now it's sort of turned to a Mandarin offensive game. They're getting in a lot of too tight stuff and spreading that St. Augustine front out and just hitting some nice creases off some inside zone stuff.
Did they just get an interception?
There is a flag on the play.
Mandarin? Oh, they had to do the kick again. My bad. Okay. Yeah, let's see. I think this is the extra point. They had to try again, and it got blocked. Okay, so I missed the flag in there.
Okay.
So it's actually 27-21. And St. Aug get the ball. But I didn't know what was happening. I was like, how did St. Augustine get the ball down there so fast? But so that's the deal there. Thanks, Brian.
And then they miss it.
And so they missed it. So, yeah, so they got the first one. There was a flag of some kind, took it off the board, and then it blocked. So now 27-21, huge blocked extra point. And meanwhile, we got Baldwin. Let's go see Baldwin full if we can, because they've got a 1st and goal with 3 minutes to go, down by 1 after a face mask penalty. And shoot, there might have been another one right there. Nyshawn Jacobs carrying much of the load. Had a huge run to get it inside the 20. Now he continues to get the carries. Again, Ed White in white. They lead 36-35, just scored on a fun 2-point conversion, a hurdle play from King Boylston after he converted a 4th down into a touchdown. And Baldwin comes right back. And now they're down 1, and you can see where the ball is, about the 3-yard line, with under 3 minutes to go. This one long from over. And we got a kickoff coming in our game of the week, but we'll keep you up to date on that one. As St. Aug's going to get the ball around the 28-yard line. Now here goes that Ed White defense. And the quarterback's like, hey, don't call that play. I'll tell you what, we're seeing some feisty quarterbacks with their play callers here in the last couple of moments.
For a short game. Looks like we have a timeout forthcoming.
Ah, what a night.
Man, it's lived up to everything from the PB to the PB Creekside game. It ended up being a good game, a little bit more defensive battle. And then these two games, we knew Baldwin and Ed White were going to score a ton of points. And we knew the other game was going to be great, too. So, yeah, really good night at the end of regular season.
Meanwhile, Mandarin with a big sack there. There is a flag that came down late. Now, is that going to be a holding or is it going to be something against Mandarin? As that is Keyshawn Douglas with the sack, and it was against St. Augustine. We'll see what they do. They might decline it, and they do. So Brenton James had nowhere to go with the football, and Brenton James sacked by Keyshawn Douglas. And so that will bring up second down and looks about 13 or so. I don't think he lost a ton of yardage there if I'm seeing it correctly. All right, back on your right-hand side, we've got Baldwin, second and goal from the 3. I believe it is. Second and goal from the 3. And they're going to walk into the end zone. There's still 2.5 minutes to go in that football game. But Nyshawn Jacobs with a big touchdown, and they answer right back. They go up by 5 points. Extra point or 2-point conversion is looming. Meanwhile, I think we just saw an interception in the St. Augustine game. Yet, I think there was also a penalty on Mandarin. So we're going to straighten this thing out, and I don't know if that was after the interception or before. Let's listen to Noah.
And now a big chance for Mandarin to put this one away.
At the interception.
St. Augustine's down to 1 timeout.
Okay, so they did get the interception. There's under, about 3.5 minutes, 3 minutes to go, and 1 timeout. You just heard the guy say. So Mandarin with a chance to really put this thing away. Hey, what a win this would be for Mandarin on the road, Sully.
Yeah, this is a really good win for them. Again, both teams really good, really high seeded in their regions as far as where they're going to play in the playoffs, and just a really good win for Mandarin. Probably the best win they've had the second half of the year.
I'm a little confused. Why did Baldwin just go for the 1 point, the extra point, instead of 2? They led. They were down 36-35. They get the touchdown. That's 41-36. Why wouldn't they go for 2?
I don't know that one, Coach. That should have been a 2. I would have run the same play you scored the touchdown on. But yeah, I don't understand that.
That is kind of bizarre. Yeah, that's bizarre. 2:44 to go now. Ed White's going to get the football back, and as you can tell, it's been a shootout, so don't go anywhere. We've still got a chance to have a good finish of that one. I don't know the clock versus situation for Mandarin and St. Aug, but Mandarin has scored 13 unanswered points. They just intercepted St. Aug, and it's second down. Let's see this Ed White return before we go to the interception. Okay, they got him down. So, yeah, let's see the interception quick if we could, guys. And here it is. Brenton James. Oh, it's deflected. That was Izzy Ratliff, the linebacker. And the boys said that he's been having a good game, and he just came up with a huge play. Somebody got their paws up, and then that was an easy pick. So there you go. Mandarin trying to ice this game now. Huge play for the Mustangs, up 27-21. Second down coming up. I've been told 3 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the game. And Mandarin still has some little work to do. Let's see if St. Aug can stop them. And right now that doesn't look like they can. What a run. What a run by Aiden Owens. Gosh, Sully, they roll out a ton of running backs, don't they?
Yeah, they rotate them all, and they stay pretty fresh, all their guys.
All right, so now we've, I think, our real game. Like they're only, I don't know, St. Aug feels like they're in trouble, especially after giving up that first down. I think the clock's going to not be their friend. Under 3 minutes to go. So the game now we've got our eyes on the most is that one on the right. That's Ed White. 2.5 minutes to go. Plenty of time down 42-36. Baldwin just scored. This thing's been back and forth. Heck of a football game. And now we see if King Boylston and the Commanders can get the job done.
Yeah, Mandarin just going to lean on them now. Their guys up front, and they're just going to lean on them and let their backs run.
Ball falls harmlessly to the turf.
Just eat up some clock, get a first down here and there, and then probably try to put this one away.
Yeah,
Take care of the ball.
It's going to be a big win, it looks like. As we keep an eye on those games, I'm just going to update you on some scores. We're really keeping an eye on that Ed White game. They had the football with a chance to go win it. Paxton beat Franklin County 42-30. First Coast over Jackson 54-8. Nice win for Coach Parker. That might be a penalty if the refs saw it. It looks like a face mask. I'm going to call it a sack and no face mask against Ed White there, or for Ed White. And so that's a huge sack. Well, now we got a Baldwin Indian putting his hands up, so maybe there was a flag. All right. Maybe they saw what we saw. Yes, they did. That's a good call. I saw that in live action. I wasn't sure if they could see it, but that was a good call. All right, Paxton wins. Rains wins big, 57-0 over Atlantic Coast. Shouldn't be a surprise. Wolfson beat Inglewood 35-0. Middleburg over North Marion, coach, 43-14. Middleburg 8-2 season. How about that?
Yeah, really nice job. Those guys have really done a good job this year. They should get in the playoffs.
We might have Coach Wolf on the show tomorrow. That game got moved. I was going to try to get him on tonight, and then the game got moved to Thursday, so we didn't. But maybe we'll have him on the show tomorrow. That's a heck of a season. Nice job by Coach Wolf and the Middleburg Broncs. Interlochen beat Bronson 74-36. Bartram over Ribault 51-8. Meanwhile, we're keeping an eye on this Ed White game. Is anybody going to tackle Joseph Williams? And he gets across midfield, I think it is, after a huge face mask. There was a sack on the play. The face mask changes this entire drive, and now we've got another penalty. Let him play!
Yeah, I tell you what, it's going to go down. Ed White's going to get down there and stick it in and kick the extra point, win by one, and then we'll go back and try to figure out why Baldwin didn't go for two. When they scored the last time.
We got a wave off of the flag. Never understand it. But what the heck? Meanwhile, we just got an ejection in the Mandarin St. Augustine game.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's getting chippy apparently, and that's Mandarin ejection. But I don't think any of these things are going to hurt the outcome of this. Mandarin up 27-21 with the football, and I just don't think there's enough time on the clock for St. Aug, but we'll keep an eye on it and we'll see. I think it's a first down again if my eyes are treating me okay. But this isn't just going to be take a knee and go. I got a feeling in the Mandarin St. Aug game. Let's see, any other scores to pass along? Orange Park
beating that's Clay, a good win for them.
31-21. Nice over Beachside, by the way, 47-17 tonight in the fourth quarter. Here goes King Boylston, and he gets stuffed by Baldwin. Oh, easy now. Play to the whistle, play to the whistle. So we got a big third down and 10 coming up for Ed White. And you've got a jubilant sideline for Mandarin. They're about to win. There's Stewart giving us the reset. I think a third down about 9 coming up. I don't think that board's correct. Or maybe it is. 42-36, 136 to go. But I thought I saw a third down on the marker. So I'm assuming that's
I don't think St. Augustine can stop the clock.
Yeah, St. Aug's done. That game, they're in the handshake line right now, Sully. That one's over. So a great win for Mandarin. They get it done 27-21. And we will have full highlights and reaction of that game coming up. A heck of a win, I think, for the Mandarin Mustangs over previously undefeated St. Augustine Yellow Jackets. And I would think Brian Braddock going into the postseason would say, all right, well, this wakes you up a little bit, right? Not as good as you think you are.
Yeah, sometimes, and we've talked about this on the show, sometimes the loss is a good loss. And it could be good for them. And again, I don't think James was 100% because he did not run at all tonight. And so that might have been the plan, because they said that maybe he's got a little bit of a hamstring tweak, to give him the next week to get healthy and get him back on track.
All right, we got a big third down, Sully. King Boylston and Ed White. Third and about 10, down by 6. They're throwing, and they're throwing wide, so this brings up a fourth down, 90 seconds to go in the game, and Baldwin just trying to hold the rope here with one more defensive play in what's been a shootout of a game, but they've also made a couple of big defensive plays, and they need one more of them on fourth down. I was a little surprised they just had like a 7 or 8 yard route there, and I don't know if the landmark was off or the throw was off, but felt like you could use the legs of Boylston there on third down to make it a manageable fourth.
Yeah, you think they would have tried to get something 5 yard, make it, because you go for it on fourth down and everything. And but again, Coach Shorter got a good feel of what they're doing. Baldwin should rush here, get after him, but keep a spire on the quarterback.
4th and 10. Here's the ball game here for Ed White. They go to the sideline, and oh, what a nice throw and catch right at the stick. It's going to depend the mark, but it should be a first down. I mean, it's not even a great spot. Ref's like, get out of my way. I kind of like the attitude. I don't think that was a great spot, but it was enough for the first down, thankfully, because that was a rough spot for the Commanders. Nice job by Ed White as they hit the sticks and they complete the pass on a big fourth down in about 10. So, again, under 90 seconds to go, and they're going to run the ball here. Why not, they say. A good 7 or 8 yard chunk that's just outside the 30-yard line. They probably have some timeouts. They've got time on the clock, but I don't know how many more of those you can do with a handoff to Jaden Young for about 7 yards.
Yeah, trying to keep them honest so they can't just load up and pass rush on everything.
Well, then we get a false start as they're trying to move quick for Ed White, and there you see 57 seconds to go. Hard to tell from the scoreboard how many timeouts Ed White has. I would think they've got one in their pocket, or at least one in their pocket based on the game flow, but you just never know. Yep. Hard to tell. So 2nd now and 9 after the false start. 3 downs to work with, 57 seconds to work with, 42-36 to score. Ed White down by 6. Been a fun game.
Been a fun night.
Yeah, it's been a fun night. You're right. Wow, he stayed on his feet. Nice job. I think Cortez Gordon just caught that first down as well. I think that's who it was. And then Boylston gets it to him again, and he stayed on his feet for a nice little run after the catch inside the 30-yard line.
Result of the play is a 3rd and 1, Commanders.
It was only 8 yards. Maybe they called him down. 3rd and 1. Felt like he got more than that.
Yeah, I think he went out of bounds before that when he came back in.
Well,
the official was right there to mark it.
Yeah, and his knee was close to hitting the ground, too, so they might have called something there. So here we go, 3rd and 1. Uh-oh. Boylston in trouble. And that's going to be a sack, a huge sack for the Indians.
Oh, man.
The defensive pressure there, they brought it, and they got Boylston. And that's going to now go from 3rd and 1 to 4th and about, I would say 6 or 7. And now there's a timeout. Now there's only 19 seconds left in the game. And time, which wasn't a huge issue a moment ago, now becomes an issue, and so does down and distance, because it's 4th down and ball game for Ed White. Heck of a defensive play right there, Sully.
Yeah, really nice job. They brought that blitzer up off the center, which a lot of guys like to do that. And, Ed White's had some success getting to the sticks and get that little out route right there. So that's probably going to be. But, boy, now time becomes the essence, because if you go ahead and nickel and dime it right there, you're going to run out of time. So they're going to have to get a first down here and then take a couple shots in the end zone.
That was Jayon Jacobs on the sack. What do you do here, Sully? Because 4th down, you need the first down, 7 yards, but you only have 19 seconds.
You got to work that out of bounds. Same thing they did on 4th and 10 on the previous series. I think they got to work that out route up there on a top catch and get out of bounds, and then get everybody up and going. I can't believe they've got many timeouts left.
Yeah,
either.
maybe one more. If you can go over the middle if you got one more. You could go for the jugular here and just go for the end zone here on a skinny post. And they're going for the end zone, and they got a guy! Touchdown, NY! They listen to me! Not on the skinny post. But how about that throw from King Boylston and the catch from King Mercer? Royalty in the house tonight for Ed White. Sully, they should put a camera on me out here during this game. I get more excited than the sideline.
He literally just ran like the out and up on that, like at the stick. He sort of bent. It looked like he bent it out and turned up, and the DB looked like he floated back and went to the out route.
Unbelievable. And now exactly what you said. Why didn't they go for 2 earlier? Baldwin's down 36-35. They get a touchdown. They kick the extra point instead of go for 2, so they're up by 6. Well, now it's a tie ball game with seconds to go after that 4th down conversion for a touchdown, king to king. And wait a minute.
Yeah, I don't know.
What are we doing here?
Are they going for maybe they don't? Their kicker's out. Maybe their kicker's out. But they kicked some earlier today.
What are we doing? Weber, can you tell me what's going on here? Because, Sully, like, I don't get that. Did they decide before the game you can't use a kicker?
Only in the 4th quarter, no kicker. I think we're gonna get the same play they did the 2 before on. Oh, I guess they had 1 timeout left.
I don't flabbergasted.
I don't know
here.
unless their kicker got hurt.
I don't even care if the kicker got hurt. I'd be running King Boylston out there to kick it. Like, come on, man. Like, I can try to kick the extra point for you. Let's go.
Oh, maybe that's why Baldwin didn't kick the extra point, because they know they didn't have a kicker. I don't know, but I think they kicked some earlier today. I don't know.
This is welcome to the Farah Friday Night Zone Blitz on a Thursday, because we really don't know.
Halloween Eve.
Like, but this is the way it goes. Like, this isn't the NFL, folks. You don't know some of the situations going on.
Yeah, we don't have a sideline reporter.
So they're going for 2 in the win, or we're going overtime. This is nuts. How about 54 playing with a cast? Now we got a penalty. Oh, boy.
They get a delay?
Oh, my gosh. He just had false start. Look at that.
I figured it was quarterback run again.
Look at that cast on number 54's hand, by the way. A little shout out to him playing in pain. Who we got? 54. Malachi Azuri Graves. Yep. There you go. Look at that thing. That makes like...
can't do that.
That makes the club for Trayvon Walker look small. Okay, now we're kicking? Now we're kicking? What are we doing?
I don't know.
Somebody's got to... I need an investigative reporter. Here's Gavin Dalton for the win. Oh, boy. Maybe that's why they didn't kick.
Oh, that's it? But they must have, their kicker must be out or something, because they've had a decent kicker.
Yeah, or their snapper might be out after that.
Oh, that's true. Either one.
This is insane. Like, I'm going to have to call the coaches after just to get the full story. We'll bring it to you tomorrow night on the Farah Friday Night Zone Blitz. Maybe we'll get Lawrence Johnson on, ask him about this. Because this really, I mean, whatever it is, Sully, it puts you in a huge pickle as a coach, right?
Well, yeah. So if your center's out, maybe the kid with the cast is the long snapper, and they got a new long snapper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that didn't look like that guy was a long snapper right there.
I was a short snapper.
So that might have been the reason. But again, if Baldwin went for 2 and got it, they win. But then if they didn't get it, they lose anyway. So maybe coach figured they didn't have a kicker, so that's why he took the chance.
Yeah, that is still stunning.
I'm with you.
But you might be right. Like, they're not going to overtime most likely if they didn't do that. So they obviously had more information. It's just baffling watching it unfold.
I know, because we don't have the information, so here we are just throwing out scenarios.
Yeah. Now we've got a penalty on the kick. Hey, the fun stuff is we might get a little OT here, Sully.
Yeah, there can't be much time left. It was like 25 seconds on the touchdown pass.
Hey, Brian, if we go to OT, if we've got some other plays that we could check out from the games, even if we've already showed them, catch people up, we might have a couple minutes to kill in there. And whatever you got, and we'll take a look at some, because we had some really, if you just joined us, we've had some awesome highlights tonight. And we've been on since a little after 8:30, kind of a special edition of our Farah Friday Night Zone Blitz, and it's been awesome. Just been an electric, 75, 80 minutes or so. And we're not done yet. You're watching Ed White and Baldwin, final week of the regular season. And this thing's back and forth. And we're tied at 42. Kickoff's taking 5 hours to do. And we're going to get to overtime eventually, I think, because there's about 10 seconds left in the game. After, on a 4th and 7, King Boylston hit King Mercer for a touchdown. And then they went for 2, but got a penalty, tried to kick, didn't even get the snap back there. We're trying to figure out why the heck the coaches are making the moves they're making, but they probably have a good reason. And so just enjoy the ride, folks, and try to figure it out with us. Weber did say they put 6 seconds back on the clock. So there must have been...
Oh, what are you doing?
Well, there must have been initial... Yeah, they just kicked it out of bounds, too, while I was yapping. But there must have been a difference between the clock up on the booth and then also what the refs had, so they put 6 seconds back. So there's 18 seconds to go now. I don't know if they can do anything, Sully, but the way these teams score, you never know. I'd be nervous if I was Ed White's defense.
Yeah, you let that ball go out of bounds, and then you back them up 5 yards and make them kick off again.
Yeah, that would have been a smart move, right? But they didn't.
Yeah, that's what you do. You let it go out of bounds, take that, and then you back them up 5, make them kick again. You already know they don't have a great kicking game. So
yeah, and Nyshawn Jacobs got a handoff, and that was it. All right, let's do this. Let's go through some of the plays while we get to overtime. We're going to carry this until, hey, Brian, we got till 10, right? Or 57, about 10 more minutes? We got a show at 10 o'clock? Okay. So we'll be able to hang with this game for about 10 minutes right here. I think we'll hang with it either way, wherever you're watching it. For now. So we'll keep it up there. But whatever you have, Brian. You got highlights for this one right here? All right, great. Let's go to it and check it out. No problem. I'm going to get my roster. All right, so let's see where we're going to pick this thing up. This was a defensive score in the game. That was a fumble, and that was our guy. He's had a big game here. Nyshawn Jacobs. Oh, no, that was number 8. Sorry, I thought that was number 2. That was Amari Parker. Amari Parker delivered that one, and the fumble return for a touchdown for Baldwin at the time put them up 35-28. All right, what else do we have from this game? After he runs it all the way back, the Commanders then go King Boylston, and watch this. Oh, nice move on 4th down. This was a touchdown. 4th down, touchdown for King Boylston. So they go for 2 because it's 35-34, so they go for 2. He hurdles his offensive lineman and gets in there for 2 points, takes the lead 36-35. Well, then after that, we get a 4th and 7 late in the game, and they go King Boylston to King Mercer. So you see the last 2 scores for Ed White come on 4th down plays, and King Boylston running, King Boylston throwing, King Mercer catching, and we end up 42-42 because they were trailing. That was just moments ago with under 20 seconds left, and we can't figure out the kicking situation, quite frankly. They didn't kick initially. They did then try a kick after a penalty. It wasn't pretty, and so it's something to keep an eye on here as we get set to overtime as both these teams meet at midfield, and just a really fun football game. And Sully, we bring you back into the fold. What happens now in overtime in high school? Remind everybody they get it at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, 4 plays from the 10. You turn over it, the other team gets it, you got to score. If they score and you turn it over, game's over.
Simple as that.
Both schools get possession.
Both teams get possession. So is this normal, like you would play it if you win the toss here? You want to play defense first?
Yeah, that's always the case.
Yeah.
And that way you know what you've got to do. And then it just keeps going. And next overtime's the same, and next overtime's the same.
Yeah, nothing changes.
You don't have to go for 2. Yeah, none of that.
Yeah, well, wherever it makes sense to kick or go for 2, I think these two teams are going to do the opposite anyway.
Well, I think Baldwin's kicker's going to be – he's okay. I mean, I don't think – I just think that I bet the long snapper might be the 54.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that might be the guess.
You know, that'd be my guess because they've had a kicker all year. I mean, Ed White's had a kicker, I believe, all year, and unless he got hurt, but it just seems more like it might have been the snapper.
Is this guy teaching a class here at midfield? I mean,
well, they go through it, and it's funny the way they go through it because you as the coach are like, yeah, I know the rules. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I know. All right. Well, you're the home team, so he's going to call it. Yeah, I know. He's the visiting team. You know what I mean? So everybody knows, but he's doing his job, so, you know.
Well, yeah, you don't want anybody to not know the rules, so I'm just kidding around.
Right.
But yeah,
right. No, I know.
We got the coin toss, I think. Yes, we do. Everybody look. And it looks like Baldwin won the toss. They'll defer, which is exactly what Sully just said. All right, guys, we got like 5-6 minutes here. We got to go play football. Let's stop talking so we can get to overtime. We finish this thing off.
This guy must have he must be using his dissertation for his master's class. What did you write your dissertation on your master's? Overtime in high school football.
It's wild. That was a long meeting. We love you. We love you, White Hat.
I mean, this is like my 29th year. You don't have to go through this scenario. We win the toss. We're playing defense.
The rules haven't changed, right?
No, they have not changed.
Hey, while we're waiting for them to play some football, First Coast beat Andrew Jackson. Paxton with a win, 42-30. Trinity beats Fletcher, 21-7. Sully, nice win for Trinity Christian over a Fletcher team on the road on senior night. They dedicate the field to Joe Reynolds. Nice job as they head into the playoffs now, feeling good about themselves.
Yeah, Trinity's been playing really well down the stretch. I think that puts them at 5-5 now, and I believe they probably won 4 in a row. Yeah, and they'll get a nice move
6-4
into the playoffs. I'm sorry, 6-4 now.
Yeah, I think they're 6-4 now. Yeah, Raines wins big, no surprise. Wilson wins big. Mandarin, we had it in our Whataburger game of the week. It was a tremendous game. You should go back and watch it if you get a chance on our YouTube channel, 27-21. Nice, good win over Beachside, 47-17. Sully, I'm not sure what's up with Beachside right now.
Yeah, they haven't played very well the last probably 4 weeks since the Bishop Kenny night with the big win against Bishop Kenny about halfway through. I don't think they played really well down the stretch, and that's not what you want to do with your team.
I think we just lost the shot. Oh, we got it back. Nice job, Weber. I thought the battery ran out.
I don't ever want to hear him complain about not having highlights.
Yeah, that's true. You should see my face when I see the video go out. I was like, oh, no. But he got it back. All right, here's King Boylston from the 10-yard line. They're going to run around the right side. Oh, look at him cut back. What a run. Lost his footing, and on the first play, touchdown just like that for Ed White. I'll tell you what, that young man's having a heck of a fourth quarter, Sully.
Yeah, well, we wanted him to score first so we can find out if they're going to go for 2 or kick it.
Let's see. He's slow walk over to the sideline.
Left tackle moved.
Oh, did he get away with a false start?
Yeah. Left tackle got caught in the lean. But that's all right.
That's all right.
So what are we doing? We kicking it or going for 2?
They're going for 2.
All right, so that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, they're going to spread it out here. It looks like the field right where they are is a little slick. But wow, they go quick. And they're just going to go with a dive, and they don't get it. Like, I don't feel like he's getting good footing. Looks like they spread it out and just, man, they went off tackle with him. Everything moved fast, and they don't get it. So Baldwin is able to deny the 2-point conversion. That's huge, as we know. 48-42 after one possession of overtime. And obviously time doesn't matter. 4 downs matters here for Baldwin. They got to answer.
Yeah, that was the same play I believe they scored on, except I think he ran into the back on that one. They did the 2-point play earlier where he hurdled the guy.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's the same thing, except I think he right in there, he ran into the back. Somebody got good penetration off that edge.
But I was telling you, the footing isn't great right there in that part of the field. You could tell King Boylston slipped on his way to cut back through the end zone. And it was interesting they just stayed in that part. Doesn't look like he got a good push as well. All right, so here goes Baldwin.
No.
Baldwin's got to answer now. They get 4 downs from the 10. There's Nashawn Jacobs. He gets shoved outside, bounces it out, but then able to get about 5 yards and out of bounds. So a nice pickup and really all on the legs of Jacobs there. He's been their man.
Yeah, he's been a good little back, man. Good little back.
Number 2, Nashawn Jacobs continues his workload.
I love the Ed White or the Baldwin PA announcer. Continues his workload. Been getting a lot of number 2 on the field tonight for the Baldwin Indians. So 2nd and goal from the 5 here in overtime. Overtime number 1. Hey,
right,
this is the
go.
quarterback saying, hey, I'm just going to give it to you again. Oh, boy, fumble and game over. It looked like they were struggling with whatever the heck they wanted to do, and then they struggled with the football, and that's going to be the ball game.
Oh,
Donnie
man,
Moore
that's terrible.
falls on it, backflips all around, and, well, the Ed White Commanders lost a tough game, or have lost a couple of tough games, I think, this year. Late, they get this one with a heck of a win over Baldwin in overtime, 48-42. And Sully, I don't know if you saw the beginning of that play. It looked like QB and Jacobs were trying to figure out, like, okay, what is the play?
Yeah. I mean, he ended up on the same side, but the quarterback like turned to hand it to him, and he wasn't there, and he just let the ball go, you know. So I don't know if it was supposed to be quarterback follow or what happened, but that was just not a good play there to end the game, and ended up ending the game. So that's a good win for them. Again, we knew it was going to be a lot of points and everything tonight. They ended up doing a nice job getting a win, so carry that good momentum.
All right, Sully, rest up. Go paint the rest of the house tomorrow. We'll see you back here for the Farah Friday Night Zone Blitz tomorrow night for a 4-hour extravaganza. Bowls Columbia, our game of the week tomorrow night, starts at 7:30, and then we've got our Zone Blitz with more action and more reaction from tonight. Don't forget 11:15, CBS 47, Fox 30, special edition of the Blitz on CBS 47, Fox 30, coming up tonight.